Adarsh, would you like to check your audio and video?
Yes, ma'am. Is it audible, ma'am?
Yeah, you're audible. Thank you.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am, you can start, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, to this magnificently glorious day.
Actually, sharing.
Happy. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Continue, ma'am. I asked to stop sharing so that.
Okay. Happy Republic Day to all. On this special occasion, it's my pleasure to welcome the galaxy of intellectuals, Honorable Chief Guest, President and Board of Directors of IGEN, enthusiastic volunteers, and other guests and viewers for the inaugural function of IGEN SDG Plus Green Battery. The IGEN, Institution of Green Engineers, is serving as a catalyst to connect all professionals for building a greener world. This day is another milestone in the history of IGEN. We are very proud to launch our new program in our YouTube channel today. Without further ado, let's begin. I request the energetic educator, Mr. Gunasegaran, coordinator, IGEN Energy 1.3, assistant professor in Soleimalai College of Engineering, Madurai, to deliver the welcome address. Over to you, Mr. Gunasegaran.
Thank you, ma'am. A very good IGEN evening to all. I like to start with a Tirukkural. பொருள் கருவி காலம் வினை இடனோடு இருள் தீர எனிச்சி செயல். Once again, பொருள் கருவி காலம் வினை இடனோடு excuse me, இருள் தீர எனிச்சி செயல். The explanation of the verse Tirukkural is, a wise man can always go for a 5 factors while start a work. So the 5 factors are porul means money, karivi that means resource, idam that means place, time that means column, and then vinay that is a exercise need to for organization to implement a process. So these are the 5 factors. I can proudly say IGEN for every event we following perfectly all these 5 factors. Today the grand inauguration of IGEN is also one of the example and now we are celebrating 72nd Republic Day of India. So in respect to the Constitution of India, and at the same time we are inaugurating our IGEN battery inauguration. So next we were searching for a right person of for inaugurating this function, and we found Dr. Wesam Al Medon, President of Impact Youth Sustainability, Professor, Faculty of Civil Engineering and Built Environment, University Un Hussein on Malaysia. Excuse me. So you see his expertise in sustainability, which can match exactly with the theme of IGEN battery. So it's my time to express a warm welcome to our distinguished chief guest, Dr. Wesam Al Medon, President of Impact Youth Sustainability, Professor, Faculty of Civil Engineering and Built Environment, University Tun Hussein on Malaysia. I welcome you, sir. And I also like to welcome President IGEN, Board of Directors IGEN, IGEN volunteer, IGEN member, and participants who are all virtually present both in Zoom and YouTube. On this occasion, once again, I welcome you all to the grand inauguration of IGEN battery. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gunasekaran sir. A famous quote by John Adams: if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, become more, you are a leader. The leader of IGEN is also a person with full of energy and enthusiasm who cares about the Mother Earth that sets off to start the IGEN. I'm delighted to call the president of IGEN, Professor Dr. L. Ramesh, to speak about IGEN activities. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, and very warm welcome and very good evening, all. It was very happy day. Yes, 72th year. We are starting a good event. It means that connecting all the people, reaching all the people through our green connectivity. It started a couple of years back with the organization called the Institution of Green Engineers and named as IGEN. Uh, Before going to that, we had a lot of we have Pandian sir, one of our mentor and guru. So we had a lot of discussion and come out with a conclusion to do some kind of societal activities for converting the society towards green, not only towards green, towards sustainable development goal. So that was very important, because the two, so we can do some local work, but it has to be connected to the global through sustainable development goal. This is keeping this as the mantra. So we started the initiative, and initially the concept of the energy group started. The energy group is the energy efficiency research group, that is we call it as a green 9. It started with the green 9, and after that it is focused with all the people towards green. It is IGEN. Now the green 9 is towards affiliated to the IGEN. So this is what the execution plan which we did. So how, which we have the 2-3 objectives which connected with us. What it means, one purpose to the objective is to work towards sustainable development goal. We all know that we have 17 goals are there. We taken only 9 goals which is related to green. This is one part. Second part, the objective to work towards the local or national based our government policy drafting. So this is the second part. Third part, we working towards the innovation. That is very important. The working towards the innovation. This is a three mantra, 3 part which we taken, and it is working on. It is happily going on. The first part, United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, we taken as objective. So because we are working towards the objective, so that objective we made it into 2 parts. One is through the events. Through the events, we executed very good event, around 47 events we executed in 2020. It started with a very big event of 13.36 hours continuous live program on the conference related to the Earth Day, 50th Earth Day. We call it as Environthon. Energathon. So this Energathon is a kickstart with IGEN last year. When it started in the Energathon with 13 hours, yes, it like that couple of events organized. After that, come to the conclusion of the Environthon. It is again 17 hours program. After Environthon, we come out with a conclusion to invite a Nobel laureate. We invited a very beautiful Nobel laureate, Professor Richard, and we had a wonderful Nobel laureate lecture series. So this is a branded event which initiated, and it was inaugurated by our governor of Telangana. Yes, it come to the next part is another big event, IGEN legendary seminar series. The very BrahMos hero, father of BrahMos, is a guest for us, and it was a very fantastic. Not only the guest, and it is inaugurated by the Pondicherry Chief Minister. Like that, which I highlighted the very top events. Not only that, we concentrated this SDG related part with the projects. 8 projects out of 8, 4 project execute completed and 4 project is going on. What it means related to SDG badge, SDG 7 and 13 project. It is a 99-day project. It is going on nicely with the Subramanian as the coordinator and executing. The second part, IGEN energy double 9 challenge. So we have a green 9 mantra to promote that for the 99 people. Around 40-50 people are coordinating with us. And next, another project which related to SDG completed, related to the 50th Earth Day, we come out with a energy saving campaign, video campaign. So that was actually the kickstart for this YouTube channel, because when it started in the April 2020, it was inaugurated in April 16th. I hope that is the 50th, to celebrate the 50th Earth Day and indexed Earth Day. We requested the videos, energy saving videos from the people across the globe, and finally 500 participants registered. Out of 500, we shortlisted 65 video. this 65 video uh, telecasted in the YouTube channel. So this is what the first initiated in the YouTube channel. We call it as a YouTube channel. Also, it is named as IGEN SDG Plus. IGEN Sustainable Development Goal Plus. It means that more than that, which the YouTube channel it is. So this is what the kickstart where the SDG projects connected with that. Like that, another 2-3 projects which is going on, and another couple of projects it is going to come. So this is about the SDG related activities. Some very few activities only I expressed here. Second part, innovation. Our Vice President Dr. Balamurugan is here. He is taking care of the innovation, and we started a very good innovation IGEN army, that is a Young Green Innovators Army. So the kids innovation started very nicely 1 year back, and they completed 10 challenge, and they're moving towards the next part of the part. And very happy to note that 3 days back, our Young Green Innovators Army, around 10 students concluded with a design and development of a femto satellite, very small 25-gram femto satellite, which is it is a green satellite which is designed for getting the information related to green. So this satellite is going to launch on February 7 in Rameswaram, House of Kalam, to represent that Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam cube load challenge. It is going on. So this is another milestone for IGEN. Second part, IGEN Innovation Club is there. Bala is taking care, and it is going nicely. Some events are executed. Now they are planning for a further events to connect all the innovators across and go for the patent and patent conversion to the product, like that. So this is about the activities which we are seriously looking, and it is going on nicely. So this is the activities. And when come to the conclusion, we have 8,500 subscribers. So then a question started. Our subscribers are asking, sir, you are fantastically doing the events, but we need a lot of information from IGEN related to green. So this is what initiated, because when we had a discussion with our YouTube subscribers, and when we had a discussion with our volunteers, when we had so final conclusion come out with a conclusion stating that yes, we must to have some content to be delivered, because we are working for green. So this green content to be delivered to the our subscribers, not only the subscribers, the whole world. So that is the concept behind that. And we had a very beautiful team headed by Satya Ajila, and a couple of around 7 or 8 members across that. They executed some good number of meetings, and final conclusion today we all are here with our inauguration, which concluded by 6:30. Our it is already premiere launch. It with the video will be launched automatically, and our guest is going to go for the inauguration also. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Professor Dr. L. Ramesh, for briefing us about the IGEN activities. Starting a YouTube channel is easy, but getting subscribers for the channel is really challenging. But IGEN SDG Plus is fortunate to have 8.76K subscribers in just 1 year. On behalf of IGEN, I thank each and every subscribers and viewers for the trust they kept on us. It's time to pay back for your trust. The objective of our new program, IGEN Battery Charge You Green, is to energize you with the content related to green in just 5 minutes. The content also matches with the objective of UN Sustainable Development Goals. We would like our viewers to be charged with green news within a short time period. We are planning to release our videos every Friday. Do watch our videos and support us as usual. Before moving on to the most awaited session by our chief guest, I would like to invite Ms. Srinidhi, coordinator of IGEN Battery, who completed her BE from St. Joseph College of Engineering, to introduce the chief guest. Over to you, Ms. Srinidhi.
Good evening to everyone and happy 72nd Republic Day. Dr. Wessam sir is a visiting scholar at Malaysia, Japan International Institute of Technology, Malaysia. And he is also the founder of Global Development and Sustainability Group. Most recently, he was hired as a consultant with the USAID on the Building Healthy Cities project. Add on to that, he was also a visiting scholar at MIT and securing a fellowship with MIT UTM Malaysia Sustainable Cities Program. Other than this, the international experience of Dr. Wessam sir is numerous. He has done the assignment based on environment in 8 countries, and he has also served as a senior lecturer at the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, University of Seoul, and also an assistant professor at Environment and Earth Science Department, IUG Gaza. Dr. Wessam received his PhD in Environmental Engineering from University Staines, Malaysia, and his postdoctoral fellowship on Air Quality Management from Malaysia, Japan International Institute of Technology. The expertise of him includes air and noise pollution, environmental impact assessment, climate change, environmental planning and management, sustainable and resilient cities. We welcome you, Dr. Wessam, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Srinidhi, for that awesome introduction. Now, it's high time to inaugurate our IGEN battery Charge You Green. As it is a virtual inauguration, I request Mr. Janakiraman to play the inaugural video.
Thank you, ma'am. Hi, Dr. Rizam, sir. This is the editor of this program, IGEN Battery. I am S. Janakiraman from World Tech Multitech Dr. Angaraj Dr. Sakandala Engineering College, Avadi, Chennai. Hope you'll enjoy our video. Here you go.
Thank you, Janakiraman, for that amazing video. So before getting into our session, we would like to get few words from our board of directors. So I would like to call Dr. J. Balamurugan, Vice President IGEN, to deliver his felicitation address. Over to you, sir.
Very good evening, ma'am. So it's I'm privileged to be the part of it because young team is rocking like anything, and we could see that the sustainable goals have been really reached all the youngsters. I could see that Janakiraman has come out with all such ideas blended into the video, and it gives a thrilling experience of music as well as information, and keep our fingers crossed. It's I could see that he has blended it because the visionary leader, my leader Ramesh sir, has given all such inputs. He has inspired a lot of people. So a lot of people around the world are into the green because of the activities done by IGEN. Means it's because of our leader Ramesh sir. So hats off you to sir for this wonderful opportunity given to us following such things. And coming to the point, the word itself, it is IGEN battery. So battery is always, people could see that science has given an information saying that energy can be neither created nor be destroyed, but can be transformed to one form to another. The same way, the battery, the word, which gives a word which is 180-degree shift, which is saying that it would be stored and it would be the future of the world. So that means that everything has some oscillations that can be bridged by a battery where the oscillations can be reduced. So that means that in greener part of the world, everything is being chopped off. The trees are being chopped off, and the coal has been dig out, and all such things are leading to carbon emission. And people are talking it is a menace to the society. So one side is talking about such things, and what is the alternative for it? So we need to do something for the society the same way it is being done, and we could see that every people who are into IGEN are contributing for a sustainable goal. So the sustainability is given by IGEN, the generation. So it has I, myself there, and a generation is being embedded into it, and it has a sustainable word. And the same way, I could also see that the battery is always charging. It is not been reducing. And we could see that every time it is recyclable. The same way the videos are going to be pumped in, which gives the idea. So the visualization as well as the audio input is going to give all such people to entrench themselves and make themselves join this noble cause. And we are about to launch this G999, so where it is going to be a factorial. So we have 700 million people. Whether the 700 million people can be connected as a single entity, yes, we are going to do that one by connecting one such program which is going to be launched by we are waiting for the software to be released in another 1 or 2 days. So maybe by 7th we would release that software, which is going to be connecting all such people who are going to be the part of green G999. So which is going to be the entire population is going to be the same way. The IGEN STG plus the channel, which is already connected with 8,700 and odd people, which is going to be blasted to reach 8 lakhs and 8 crore people, or it is more than that, 800 million, I think so. So hats off to the team, and I believe that the team which has connected with the young team. So I could see that Young Innovation Army has come up with Femto satellite, the satellite which is going to be connected, and all this OTT platform going to be connected because of these satellites, connecting all such informations and gathering all such information to be published in a platform. So there is going to be the YouTube channel. So I wish all the best for the team who are working for it, and I also believe that this videos is going to make a change to the world, connecting all such people into the greener channel, channelizing everything to make and flourish our humanity. So that is the SDG goals that is we are working on. So we believe that that would be there. So thank you so much, and all the best for the team. Thank you.
Bala, I could like to note that because a couple of months back, today we are launching this battery because of you. The reason is, whenever the YouTube subscriber increasing, immediately you caution that their subscriber is increasing, we need to maintain the subscriber. So that time we not have very strong volunteers. We are searching for a volunteers. When it is connected, finally come to the picture today. So that is what I remember that when we had a discussion.
Yes. Sure, sir. So it is with all your informations and channelizing such things, we always are going to connect with such people, and it is going to be channelized, and the flow is always been maintained in that river. So this channel is going to be there, which is going to be a long run, and it is going to be a beautiful river with having a greater mileage. Hats off, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Balamurugan sir, for your motivating words. Thank you. Now I would like to call Mr. Pandian, our principal head, to give his felicitation address. Over to you, sir.
Pandian sir, you have to mute, sir. Unmute. Pandian sir, unmute. Okay.
Thank you, madam. Respected chief guest, Dr. Ramesh, President IGEN, Dr. Balamurugan, Vice President IGEN, Dr. Agila madam, Secretary IGEN, Professor Kunasaran, Engineer Sendil Kumar, Dr. Israt madam, Satya madam, Mr. Janaki Raman, all the IGEN directors, volunteers, participants, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all. It is my great pleasure and honor to be part of the IGEN battery inauguration function. I would like to congratulate all the team members for organizing such a wonderful program. I would like to mention that the IGEN battery is yet another milestone for the IGEN. As Dr. L. Ramesh President mentioned about all the activities organized by the IGEN. IGEN is continuously organizing excellent energy conservation program, green energy programs, focusing the green environment, involving the young minds in the schools and colleges, and creating awareness on SDG goals 7, 9, 13, framed by the United Nations for the benefit of the global green environment. Also, I would like to mention about one excellent program on Green 9 SDG Conclave 2020. It was one of the excellent events conducted by the IGEN, more focused on SDG 7, 9, and 13. In that program, hundreds of students, faculty members from 15 colleges were participated, and it was more focused on the SDG goals. It was going on well. Once again, I congratulate all the team members for the wonderful program. Thank you very much. Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much, Pandian sir, for your beautiful words. Thank you. Now I would like to call Mr. Sendil Kumar, Director of IGEN, to
Very good evening, madam. Thanks for giving me the wonderful opportunity and the invitation to that IGEN inauguration program, madam. Thank you for giving me the good opportunity for this event, for felicitation address given to me. Thank you, madam. Thank you. Good evening to all. Happy to invite all for the IGEN SDG Plus program IGEN battery. First of all, I thanks to IGEN President Dr. L. Ramesh, IGEN President L. Ramesh, and IGEN Vice President Dr. J. Balamurugan, and IGEN Honorable Secretary Dr. M. Akila, and IGEN Director Dr. M. Pandian sir, and all IGEN directors, IGEN head, coordinators, volunteers, and I especially welcome to the event today chief guest Dr. Vesham Al Madhur. Thanks to you all, everyone. First, before starting, I want to quote one famous quote: "Listen to everyone, learn from everyone, because nobody knows everything, but everyone knows something." Based on that quote, our IGEN president has motivated and encouraged to all. Now we are coming to inaugurate the IGEN SDG Plus program, IGEN battery, on today. Why it is essential on today? Now our future wants to turn on the green environment for save our world nation by avoiding the conventional power and utilization of plastics. Based on that only, our IGEN president has motivate lot of initiatives. Initially, last year we are started before COVID, we are starting a lot of events. And the COVID time, we inaugurate more functions on that. April 16th, we inaugurate one event. That is the Energy Ensave campaign. That is a digital Ensave campaign. That digital Ensave campaign is for 6 months. It is continuously going, and more people are reached, and it will reach around right now. At IGEN is our 2 lakhs views are views are there. Out of 2,000 lakhs views, 1 lakh views are near to for that IGEN Ensave campaign persons are participated in the event. And out of 75 videos, 65 videos are from that from the public peoples are arranged, motivated and participated, and getting very good results, and good output is coming on that event videos. And then battery have and then I will come to the batteries type. Battery have a lot of types are available and utilized practically. So it is right time to learn the battery utilization, reprocessing, and how to destroy the battery after the life cycles. So because hereafter we are going to use a lot of batteries for the previously lead acid batteries, nickel cadmium batteries, nickel metal hydride batteries are there. Now we are mostly use lithium ion batteries. So in that way, IGEN plan to start the work for create the green environment to the national environment. So this IGEN battery, IGEN SDG plus IGEN battery is very much helpful to the nation. So that's why I want to congratulate to the entire IGEN team for initiate the work to get more success and reachability to everyone and everywhere. So thanks for giving me the opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sandil sir. So it was very nice when we started the initiative of the battery, and when we had a discussion, and we thought we need to invite a super guest, because that guest must be connected to sustainable development goal. Then we had a search on, and I searched through my LinkedIn, and very happy that immediately Dr. Vesan Madhum connected. He is the president of Impact Youth Sustainability. That is what more important, because we are calling a president to inaugurate the Sustainable Development Goal channel, and in that channel, IGEN Battery. That is what. So, thank you so much, sir, because your immediate acceptance made us to take our program in the next level. I am very happy to welcome Dr. Vesam to deliver his inaugural address and talk on sustainability. Welcome, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon or good evening. I'm not sure because of the difference of the time. Anyway, thank you so much for the invitation. My pleasure to join you today for this inauguration event. And I would like to wish you happy Republic Day, and also congratulations on your efforts to promote sustainability in India and worldwide. And I think this is a great effort that you are doing, and this is a great job that you are doing. And my pleasure to be with you, and my pleasure to extend our collaboration further in the future. So today I'm representing University Town Hussein On, as I am a faculty member, and I am the president of the Impact Youth Sustainability, which is an international initiative started last year. And 6 months back, we started the initiative of Ambassadors of Sustainability. And we conducted 2 cycles of training to develop the capacities of young leaders from when we initiated the program. So far, we have 7,000 members from more than 100 countries. And we have a chapter in India, and there are like tens of people joining this initiative. And the main aim is to promote sustainability. Our role is to create and to develop the capacities of those young leaders. We have people from various backgrounds, from the academia, from the industry, from the government agencies, from NGOs. And I think we started the initiative on the right time, since the whole globe is suffering from the pandemic. And people now start thinking positively about protecting the environment and being a positive agent in this process, so that we can be, a positive catalyst to speed up the process of protecting the environment. And I think I'll be sharing a few ideas on, the current challenges that we are facing now, and the sustainability opportunities. Since we are talking about the pandemic, and there is a lot of debate about linking this pandemic to the challenges that we are living in previously. And we know that globally, we are having a lot of environmental challenges where we are facing the climate change, both on the local aspects and the global. And we've seen a lot of catastrophic events due to the climatic change. We have the biodiversity loss, we have air and water pollution, we have water crisis and conflicts, and we have natural resources drain, deforestation, and soil degradation. So if we as we can see here, those graphs that shows the growing of the population, the global population, and the link with the GDP growth and also the extraction of the resources, as we see that when we have more populations, then we have stress on the resources extraction and the material intensity. And if you can link that to the risks that being created due to these activities, the human activities, and we see here several environmental impacts, which is, vary from indoor smoke, from the solid fuels, unsafe water and sanitation, urban outdoor air pollution, global climate change, and also the lead exposure. And we can see here that the people in the low and middle income countries, they are suffering more if you compare to the high income countries, where the risk factor is 9.6 in the low and middle income, while it is 2.6 in the high income. And this is, later on when we talk about the sustainability concept, it is against one of the main pillars of the sustainability concepts when we talk about the social justice. So we have social injustice even when we talk about the global scale, and we relate that to the risks that the people are exposed to due to the environmental challenges. So, if we link that to the coronavirus, we know that now we are talking about more than 25 million cases of the coronavirus. And we are talking about, millions of people also exposed to or suffer due to the coronavirus and being the victims. So we are talking about the coronavirus as a disaster. So if let's see the history of disasters along the last maybe 100 years or more than that. And if you can see here, so this is from 1900 to 2018, right? And this is including all the natural disasters from flooding, volcanic mass movements, landslides, extreme temperature, extreme weather. So we can see here the peak in 1930, and there were 3.7 million people who died due to these natural disasters. And currently we have one more disaster, and it is atmospheric disaster. According to the WHO reports, we are talking about more than 7 million people dying annually because of air pollution, and those 7 million distributed as 2 million in Southeast Asia, 2 million in Western Pacific, 1 million in Africa, 500,000 in Eastern Mediterranean, 500,000 in Europe, and 300,000 in Americas. And those people are dying because of stroke, heart disease, lung cancer. And, those people, again, you can see the percentage of people dying because of various types of diseases, which is linked to respiratory and heart disease. And out of those 7 million, we are talking about 3.8 million people dying because of the utilization of the solid fuel. And it is causing indoor air pollution. And most of those vulnerable groups, we are talking about women and children who are at most risk. And again, those people are dying because of strokes, ischemic heart disease, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, lung cancer, and pneumonia. So, talking in numbers, 7 million people annually dying because of air pollution. And you can see here, this is showing the number of people exposed to the indoor air pollution due to the solid fuel burning. So in India, we're talking about 43 population, talking about more than 700 million people are exposed to this type of pollutants, which is again causing millions of deaths annually. And this is, this map from India, again, linking and correlating the utilization of the solid fuel, the level of particulates with the number of deaths. And you can see a lot of dark colors in the map, which link utilization of the proportion of population using solid fuels, population exposed to particulate matters, and the number of deaths. So this is showing the high correlation between those causes and the impacts that is exposing a lot of threats, posing a lot of threats to the population. Back to the numbers on the disasters, from 2000 to 2000, the disasters caused $1.7 trillion damage, 2.5 billion people affected, 1.2 million killed. And if we talk about the cost of environmental degradation in terms of the percentage of GDP, so you can see here the highest percentage of loss was in Ghana, 9.6% of the GDP. You can see India here with 5.7% of the GDP, and maybe here the lowest was in Tunisia, 2.1% of the GDP. So talking about the number of fatalities, and here talking about the economical loss as a percent of the GDP, we are talking about a huge loss, and we'll be also mentioning and giving you more numbers on the cost of the damages. So this is one more figure, and it shows that the global air pollution related healthcare cost projected to increase from $21 billion in 2015, which is expected to grow to 176 billion in 2060. And by 2060, the annual number of lost working days is projected to reach 3.7 billion, which is in 2015 was 1.2 billion working days. And the market impacts of outdoor air pollution, which include the impacts on labor productivity, health cost, agricultural crop yields, is expected to reach 1% of the global GDP. And this is related to India. We are talking about the relative share of damage caused by environmental category. So we can see here most of the damage come from the outdoor air pollution with 29%. Indoor air pollution causing 23% the share of the damage. And the next is the cropland degradation, 19%. And the lowest is the forest degradation with 4%. And you can see here also, this is from India. We are talking about the annual cost of the environmental damage. So in India, the outdoor air pollution, the damage, this is in billions rupees. We are talking about more than 1,000 billion rupees. So this is again huge loss in terms of the economy as well. And maybe this is one more figure, the annual environmental health loss per person. So you can see here the outdoor air pollution, we are talking about 4,000 rupees per person. This is the annual loss in India. So, you know, this is a recent study shows the impact of the COVID-19 on the predicted impact. And this study shows that the pandemic might cost 8% of the real GDP in 2020, while the same study shows that we are annually losing 15% of the GDP because of the poor health, which is, you know, it's costing almost twice the impact of the COVID-19. And, you know, the study also predicted if we enhance the environmental health, if we enhance the health sector, that will add 12 trillion to the global GDP by 2040. So, you know, these numbers showing in figures how are the impacts in terms of the fatalities and in terms of the economical loss. And this is quite convincing talking about the global scale. So here one more figure which shows the economic burden of air pollution, and this is a study from 2019. So the economic cost of air pollution in China, it's costing the economy 6.6%. In India, it is costing 5.4%. In the United States, it is 3%. The lowest was in Brazil, which is 0.8%. So this is again a few more numbers. And this is, I think, it is kind of a powerful statistics from one of the studies, which shows that the air pollution costs $2.9 trillion a year and cause 4.5 million premature deaths, right? And these numbers, if you look here at the China scenario, we are talking about a loss of $900 billion and 1.8 million people dying. In India, we are talking about a loss of 150 billion and 1 million people dying because of air pollution. We take here another example in South Korea, talking about $56 billion loss and 40,000 people dying annually because of air pollution. And again, this is a huge loss on both the human, the public health, and the economy losses. Here again, more numbers, and this is related to the health impacts of road transport. We are talking about 3.5 million people dying annually because of outdoor air pollution. 50% of the death is due to the transport, and that cost 1.6 trillion USD annually. So this is again, we are talking about huge numbers. So back to linking these disasters to the coronavirus. When the people and the global community lived under the lockdown because of the coronavirus, we've seen a lot of enhancement, a lot of improvement on the environmental aspects, where many reports and papers mentioned that there was a drop in the greenhouse gases, which slowed down the climatic change. We have a lot of improvement in the water quality, a reduction of environmental pollution, which again reduced the impacts on health. And we have also a great majority of the global armed conflicts again ceased naturally, and this is one more positive impacts. This figure shows a comparison of the air pollution, the particulate matters in New Delhi from 2016 to 2020, and this is during the same duration, 23rd March to 13 April, where we can see in 2020 there was a drop in the emissions, and again that is a positive impact of the lockdown due to the pandemic, right? And we have also a lot of statistics globally about the reduction in the emissions in China, in the United States, in Europe, because of the limitation on traffic, limitation on the flights, less flights, less emissions. And we've seen, as you can see here in the images from the satellite, a reduction in the nitrogen oxide levels in the atmosphere. And we have also the impacts on the energy. To some extent, there was some positive changes, reduction on the demand in the institution because people working from home, but there was a high demand at the household level. So there was some, positive and negative impacts to some extent. We had some negative impacts in terms of the increase of the waste, especially the medical waste, and that posed some threats. So the countries need to handle these kind of waste carefully to avoid creating one more reason for the infection. So this is one of the negative impacts. So, we talked about the natural disasters, the impacts in terms of fatalities, in terms of economical loss. We talk about the COVID-19 losses and the predicted economical losses. We talk about some of the environmental challenges, the cost, both at the human and the economy side. So what is the way forward and what this should motivate us to do? So the way forward, it should be more sustainable lifestyle, more practicing for sustainable development, where we have to balance our economical needs to fulfill the needs of the current generation and taking into consideration the needs of the future generation, and also protecting the environment and maintaining the social justice when we perform all these activities. And that will be less less damaging, because the problem with our current practice, that we are thinking that the environment is a burden. When we have economical activities, we neglect the environment. But if, as we seen in the numbers, that we neglect the environment, we will have a lot of health impacts. We'll have a lot of health, human losses. We have a lot of economical losses, and we've seen a two big examples in China and India, and how it cost the humanity in terms of numbers, and how it cost the economy in terms of numbers, big numbers. We are talking about trillions of dollars. And we've seen from one of the studies, when we improve the environmental health, we have healthy people. So that will add more productivity to the market, will add $12 trillion to the market, because the community will become healthy, and that will increase the productivity. And there is a misbalance in the equation, because when we have the economy prosperous and progressing, so most of the profits will go to the business people, while the price of neglecting the environment either will be paid by the government, because they need to spend on the health infrastructure, the health expenditure, and also it will cost the individuals, because when people sick, they might go to private hospitals or clinics. They need to pay from their own pocket, or it is costing the government. So the private sector need to take their part in terms of protecting the environment, so that that we have that balance in the equation. And talking about the balance, so the protecting the environment, maintaining a sustainable living, it is a collective responsibility, because the government need to help the business sector in terms of giving incentives and motive them to protect the environment, by giving maybe loans with low interest rate, by providing subsidies. And the business people, the private sector, need to be more responsible towards the community. And also we have a part to play, a role in the community, the NGOs, the academia, in terms of the awareness, and in terms of also maintaining a sustainable life, because some of the practices that people are conducting, it is leading to environmental damages. And one of the clear example is the open burning, whether we are talking about the waste or we are talking about the agricultural waste. So everyone need to play their role to protect the environment, because that will save the life of people, and that will save the economy as well. So we are not talking about the lockdown as a scenario, a long-term scenario, a sustainable scenario. No, it is a short-term scenario to slow down the infection. But talking about the way forward, it should be more sustainable and more balancing all these needs in terms of the economy, the environment, and the social justice. And talking about the sustainable living, we had the opportunity to see the impacts of our activities during the lockdown. So when we see a lot of improvement because of our activities, positive behavior and positive attitude, means we can fix what we damage. We can slow down. We can change positively the nature and the environment condition. So, looking forward, that working from home. So we've seen and we read a lot of reports about some companies who give the opportunity to the workers to work from home, and that will be slowing down and reducing the emission, will reduce the congestion, and will also save money for the companies, because they don't have to spend on the rent for their offices. So we have to blend and mix our activities to balance them with the environmental needs. And we are talking now a lot about digital economy, trying to provide more opportunities, new opportunities, which is kind of more on the digital platforms, and kind of finding opportunities in the sustainability rather, or in the environment, rather than thinking about the negative way of thinking about the environment. And we see a lot of practices on recycling, and this is a very clear example. When people see values in the waste, so they're selling it, and that should motivate the people in trying to find the value in the waste, which can be converted to the economical aspects, and that will motivate more people to practice the sustainability. So we might have some kind of clear negative examples, negative from the perspective of the business, because like when you have emission, definitely you need to reduce the emission. Definitely you have to deploy technologies to reduce the emissions, but we have to think about it from the holistic approach, because if the emission be released to the atmosphere, that will pose health concern to the public, and that will lead to the cost of the health cost that should be paid by the government and the that's why we are talking about a collective responsibility towards protecting the environment. Many people now talking about sustainable culture, local urban farms, utilizing of biopesticides to reduce the chemical pesticides, and that will also, talking about the saving the water and reducing the chemical pesticides. Now, we have the opportunity of the online and that open a lot of opportunities to pay to people, where we should provide a good infrastructure, IT infrastructure, and the education should be affordable and accessible, and that will also people can take part in terms of promoting, raising the awareness of people towards sustainability through the education. And again, we're talking about the environmental and personal hygiene should be part of this process, because when we talk about the COVID-19, it is a very linked and correlated with the hygiene, the personal hygiene, and the environment. And preserving the environment, again, as I mentioned, it should be an opportunity rather than economic burden, like what we a lot of, we can see now in the market, a lot of approaches talking about waste to energy, waste to wealth, and even so we have to promote those practices which will reduce the waste and also preserve the energy, and also preserve and protect the environment. So we also know some of these issues on the spending, when we talk about the national level, the spending of the budgets. So we have to give a priority for the education, for the protecting the environment, and creating more responsible business opportunities, which is again looking positively on the environmental aspects. And for that all to happen, we need a stable political environment, strong legal and enforcement system, and adjust government budgets for health, education, and IT infrastructure. And a healthy ecosystem is a foundation for sustainable economic growth and stable societal well-beings. And as we know, and this is part of your programs, that all these activities should be in line with the sustainable development goals that was set by the and agreed by the countries through the United Nations, and that definitely will give us the opportunity to live a more sustainable and a more healthy and environmentally friendly, and at the same time that will help to maintain a good economic progress and growth, and will help to provide societal well-being. So thank you so much for giving this opportunity and for the invitation. And I would love to extend our collaboration in the future, and I'll be happy if there is any question to answer. And thank you so much, Dr. Ramesh.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
That was an enlightening session for all of us. Thank you so much for being with us today and gave an insightful speech too, sir. Thank you so much. To take over the question and answer session, we have a dedicated, young, and dynamic volunteer who's the editor of our channel. I would like to call Janaki Raman, pursuing BE in Tech Multi-Tech Engineering College, to conduct the question and answer session. Over to you, Janaki Raman.
Thank you, ma'am. I once again welcome our beloved chief guest, Dr. Wissam sir, and our president, the coordinators of this program, the volunteers, and of course, the viewers of the Zoom and also in YouTube. So before getting into the Q&A, I just want to say a little story about myself. If you look back 90 days before, I was just a normal viewer of this channel. But after 90 days today, I'm the editor and one of the coordinators of this program, IGEN Battery. So all this happened because of their motivation and the encouragement that they have given to me. So I personally thank each and every one of the IGEN for believing in me. So coming back to the Q&A. So we have the first volunteer for that. I welcome Ms. Monica of Welltech Multitech Dr. Angarajan Dr. Sakandara Engineering College to deliver her questions. The virtual dais is over to you, Monica. You can ask.
Hello, sir. Good evening. I'm Monica. My question is, we have air purifiers to purify the air in the room. Then why can't we use that kind of technology in industries to reduce air pollution? As you mentioned, 5.4 of the people in India are dying to air pollution.
Okay, thank you so much for your question. Yeah, we can use that, and there is a lot of technologies to reduce the emissions and control the pollutants, different type of pollutants, whether we are talking about the particulates or, sulfur oxides, nitrogen oxides, all these pollutants. There are technologies, but the problem is most of the times we are talking about an expensive technology, and if there is no clear regulations and strong enforcement, those business people and these private sector won't be willing to spend money on controlling the emissions, because that to them that is a loss, because there is no benefits of deploying those technologies unless there is a strong regulations and enforcement which will force them to regulate and to reduce the emission down to the acceptable standards. So it's not about the technology, it's about regulations, policies, and enforcement.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was a really good explanation, and thank you, Ms. Monica, for having this time. And sir, I also wanted to ask a question. May I proceed?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, okay, sir. We all know that you are well versed in sustainability. So if you see in India, there's a lot of e-vehicles are coming towards the market. So what's your take on that, sir? Will the e-vehicles will be sustainable than the commercial ones? Will they take over the market? What's your take, sir?
Yeah, now this is a global trend that people start talking a lot about the electrical vehicles, and there is a lot of business being developed. The issue always it's about the cost. Definitely in terms of environment, the electric cars will be much better because the emissions will be much less than utilizing the cars and the vehicles which runs on the petrol, the traditional oil, which emit a lot of pollutants. But technically, people start talking about charging those e-cars. They're talking about the issues of the batteries later on. talking about the affordability of people to to get those type of cars. So it's again, it's quite complicated because there are many factors. It's not about just shifting and replacing a certain items in the process, which will lead to a more environmental friendly. There is always a trade-off. There are some debates and complications, but definitely people now start thinking positively and start thinking and finding new opportunities in sustainability, which definitely will provide more products, which will provide kind of an alternative for people to utilize. And the basic idea, we don't have to look at sustainability as another mean for business to get more profits. Like when you talk about the organic food, why the organic food should be more expensive than the traditional food or the ordinary food? Because it will be kind of food for the elite people, right? And we are not serving the aim to promote sustainability. So the affordability should be one of the main factors, and those items should be reachable for the whole community, so that if we want to create an impact, if we want to maintain a sustainable living. So the affordability is one of the key elements in the process.
Okay, so thank you. Why I'm asking this, for e-vehicles also we have to charge through electricity. For the electricity, of course, if you see in India, 60% of electrical needs are only satisfied by thermal power plants. We all know that the thermal power plants are causing huge amount of CO2 emission. So that's also causing some kind of defects to our environment. That's why I'm asking.
Yes.
Is e-vehicles is causing less amount of emissions than the commercial ones? Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, definitely. We are talking about two parts. The first part is the direct impact. If you compare a car running on diesel or gasoline, or a car running on the electricity, so definitely the direct impact from the e-car is less. But if you want to talk about the holistic system, the number of cars and then how much energy demand will be increased, that definitely need to be a different set of calculations to see how much emission will be either increased or decreased, and to balance that out with the emissions coming from the traditional oil, from the gasoline, from diesel. So that is need to be studied and investigated further.
Thank you, sir. Next, our coordinator, ma'am, Mrs. Satya Aguila, have a question for you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Janaki Raman. Sir, I have a question. How to inculcate the responsibility to save the Mother Earth, especially like India, which is a highly populated country?
Yeah, this is an interesting question, and this is a quite will be complicated when we talk about populated areas, because there is a lot of kind of elements need to be taken into consideration. Because like even in small areas, but with some socioeconomic and political conditions, it will be also critical. Like I'll give you one example, and I think maybe this is valid in India as well. Like when you have too many old cars running on the roads, so the very simple solution is to get rid of all these cars from the road. But we have to think about those people, because some of them, they are earning their income from these vehicles. So if we want to eliminate those vehicles, we need to provide them an alternative. Otherwise, that will create a social and economical stress on the government, right? So, that need to be quite studied well and see what are the alternatives, because it's not about only thinking about the environmental aspects, because sometimes it's an easy solution, but to apply it, to implement it, you will create more troubles in the community. And this is very seen, like when these some of the countries, they lock down for a long time, we have a lot of people suffering economically because they are living on a daily wages. So, you know, it's quite complicated, but it's worth of investigating and finding the alternatives and providing people, you know, an alternative. Like, you know, when you have these type of cars, if you want to replace them with the newer types, if the government is capable of providing loans to those people so that they can replace, trade off their old vehicles. So, you know, that also, that's why I mentioned about the holistic approach. It's not about where to spend the money, but sometimes we close an eye on the industry because we want economic development, but we might earn like 50 billion USD, but we are not realizing that we are losing 150 billion because of air pollution. So, you know, that trade-off need to be studied well. We need to look at the holistic approach, and that will give us more lights and more evidence on where and how to implement the policies at the governmental level.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I think with this, the question and answer session is coming to an end. Thank you so much for answering all our queries. And thank you, Janaki Raman, for conducting the same. Thank you. We have another board of director with us, so we would like to get a few words from him. So I would like to invite Kalyan Sagar, sir, board of director, to deliver his felicitation address. Over to you, sir.
So very good evening to all. Thank you, Professor Vesam, and your lecture on sustainability was very much interesting and informative, and even it is a highlight of this evening. And we would like to collaborate with you in future under your guidance and support, sir. And I would like to also thank Satya.
Thank you so much.
I would like to thank Satya and team for conducting a series of meetings and for making this evening even more informative and wonderful evening today. And for this IGEN SDG Plus and IGEN battery, and congratulations to the team for this success. And I would like to thank our President Dr. Ramesh sir for creating this platform for all of us to work for this United Nations Sustainable Goals. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Actually, we have another few set of questions. I think we would like to go with that offline. We'll be sending the questions with Besam sir, and we'll try to get the answers. Thank you for that. Right. I'm so eager and excited to watch our first video, which is released today. Hope you too, right? I request Janaki Raman to release our first video to the audience. Over to you. A warm welcome to our channel viewers. This is the first video released by IGEN STG Plus Green Battery. Charge you green. Robert Noyce said, knowledge is power. Sharing knowledge is power multiplied. We would like to share the little information, whatever we know, to this world. I am Satya Agila, going to present you about the emerging trends in the year 2020 released by World Economic Forum. World Economic Forum is a non-profitable organization for public-private cooperation. Without further delay, let's move on to the topic. I have categorized the emerging trends in the year 2020 into 4 different categories. 1. Medicine. 2. Physics. 3rd. Green technology. 4th. Computing technology. In this episode 1, we are going to see about the first one, which is medicine and physics, and in the episode 2, the remaining 2 categories will be discussed. Shall we start? Yes. First category is medicine. Under medicine, we have 4 emerging technologies. First one is microneedles. Do you know anybody who loves injections? Nobody, right? Yes. Microneedles prevent pain by avoiding contact with the nerve endings, and they are typically about the width of the hair. This technology is already available and being used in clinical trials for treating diabetes and cancer. Second one is virtual patients. What is virtual patients? Virtual patients are computer-based simulations which is incorporated to complement the clinical training. In silico medicine or in testing of drugs on virtual organs predicts how a real person responds to the therapies. It is a safe environment for the students to practice. Replacing humans with virtual patients help clinical trials to make faster and safer. I think cats and rats will be happy if they come to know about this new technology. The third one is digital medicine. Many health apps are available to detect the mental as well as physical disorders. It enhances the traditional medical care and support patients. The COVID-19 breakout and the pandemic situation highlighted the importance of digital medicine. DynaMed Plus, Isabel Pro, Medscape are the few popular health apps. Fourth one is whole genome synthesis. Let me first explain what is a genome for the viewers who are not from biology stream. A genome is a genetic material in an organism. It consists of a DNA or RNA in an RNA virus. The DNA may be a non-coded or a coded DNA, mitochondrial DNA, and chloroplast DNA. Now, what is synthetic genome? It is an artificially built genome either by programming the pre-existing one or creating entirely a brand new DNA. This can be accomplished by using a software which is used to program a genome. Genome synthesis helps cure many genetic diseases by reprogramming it. The second category is physics. In physics, the emerging technology is quantum sensing. Quantum sensing uses different properties of quantum mechanics. It covers motion that includes acceleration, gravity, and rotation. Accurate measurements of electric and magnetic fields, improved sensitivity, and can be used without calibration or the few advantages of quantum sensing. Quantum sensing enhances the medical imaging, secures navigation, and shows us what is beneath our feet. The signals used in quantum sensing are based on fundamental properties of matter that it is very hard to hack. That's why quantum sensing navigation systems are highly secured and less prone to failures and attacks. That's it about today's episode. We have discussed top 5 emerging technologies so far, and the remaining top 5 will be discussed in the second episode. So stay tuned for our next video. Until then, I am signing off. Charge you green. Thank you. Hope you all would have enjoyed the video. Right.
Good.
No, yes, sir.
Yeah, it was very nice, ma'am. We already got it was premiere launched by 6:30. Around it crossed 60, 70 views. It is going on now.
Oh, that's the great news, sir. Thank you. Okay. No duty is more urgent than that of returning thanks. I would like to call another electrifying volunteer of IGEN, Mr. Adarsh, pursuing his BA in SRM University to deliver the vote of thanks. Over to you, Adarsh.
Thank you, ma'am. So, good evening, everyone, and I would like to wish everyone a happy Republic Day. So, first of all, I'm here to present the vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to thank our chief guest, Dr. Vehem Al for visiting and enlightening us with his thoughts and knowledge. Today's event was full of knowledge and interesting things. It gave us deep insights into the topic and also revealed some interesting facts. I'm pretty sure that the precious knowledge that Dr. Vehem gave us will definitely help us in our studies as well as in future. Once again, I would like to thank Dr. Vehem for taking out time from his busy schedule and enlightening us with all his knowledge. Thank you so much, sir. Secondly, I would like to thank our president, Dr. L. Ramesh, for for giving the permission to inaugurate such a wonderful session and inviting Dr. Vehem to enlighten the audience with his views. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next up, I would like to thank all the board of directors for their cooperation in this inauguration event. Next, I would like to thank all the IGN members who really worked hard for the success of this event. Last but not the least, all the viewers present here, I would like to thank all of them for paying your attention and learning. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adarsh, and it was very nice because the initiative which started three months back, and give a big thanking note to Satya, and before that thanking to the Sharmila ma'am, because through Sharmila ma'am only referred Satya ma'am, and with the initiative of Satya ma'am, we had initially some other team, and finally come out with a beautiful team with noting that Janaki Raman, very good editor in execution of planning and execution in time. That is our dedication is almost always it is very good, because the this work is totally related to the dedicated part, because we had some more commands in the chat box also. So they represented that within 1 hour content you represented in 6 minutes, like that. So actually this is the thought process which we thought already in the couple of meetings. We need to provide information in a short time within 5 minutes. By connecting lot of news, we need to give within 5 to 6 minutes about the news. This is what the plan. Good, Janaki Raman, your creativity is good, because the which I am seeing lot couple of days. And Srinidhi, thank you, Srinidhi, because you connected long back with us. Sendil sir, I hope you remember that Srinidhi, which she connected with you long back in our NSEC campaign. After that, she got some other work, and again she rejoined, and now actively working together. And the third video, she is going to release the video. Good, thank you, Srinidhi. Others, good others, you started now the initiative. Till lot of work is going to be there, and be part of that and execute. Now only the challenging Gunashegaran, Professor Gunashegaran, it is a good start, Gunashegaran. So now only the challenge started. So till now, which I feel okay, initiated, but now challenge started. What is a big challenge? Big challenge. Every Friday, our viewers will ready to watch a video first. Second part, not only providing the video, because now it is very tough. It is very tough to get viewers now. That is another thing. So we need to get a viewers. For that, we need to go for more creativity about the video. The first video, this is a model. Second video, some more concept. Third video, some more concept, like that. When we go like that, after couple of video, our viewers will come out with a concept that yes, there is a beautiful information coming from IGEN. Yes, we can ready to. So the another I request this team, you please start very hard working. Another within 2 months, our viewers has to be get ready to watch the video on Friday. Every Friday 6 o'clock, so there will be in their mind stating that yes, some good news is coming. So there is a lot of other type of video YouTube channels are available very beautifully, which they are providing the information. So you can able to watch lot of videos, because now the present scenario, people are not ready to watch 2 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours, or even 30 minutes. They want information in 5 minutes. Very recently I watched one. So now what, one YouTube channel, what very fantastically they giving the information about one complete movie in 20 minutes, 3 hours complete movie in 20 minutes with their representation. Very within 20 minutes we are watching the complete movie, all with all the what is the videos. So that is what a creativity automatically. So you it is not, it is a start. So you, the whole team come out with a lot of meetings, lot of action plan. Within another 6 months there will be a breaking will be there. What is a breaking? Yes, people are very crazy about our videos. So you need to get your feedback from the viewers. Janaki Raman will take care of that and get the feedback from the viewers, what type of videos they needed, whether because we need to get the mind of the subscribers. So after that, if you provide some information, that will automatically connect and reach. That is the reason. Thank you, Pandyan sir. Thank you, volunteers who joined here. Thank you, all the IGEN directors, IGEN board of members, and the thank you all the IGEN volunteer heads, and our great thanking salute to our chief guest. Thank you so much, sir. And we need a very strong support from you in all other, because we already have connected a lot of SDG related projects, sir. It is going on. So we need some strong support from you, sir, related to the projects.
Thank you so much, Prof.
Yes.
And yes, my pleasure to contribute and to collaborate with you. And I definitely would love to meet again and discuss the further collaboration. And yeah, we can work together and we can develop things together.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Any members, volunteers want to give your views? You can just open, we can have a open discussion for some 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Any members, if you want, you can just share your views. It's open discussion time. Yes, ma'am. Satya, ma'am. Then we can conclude, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, Ramesh, sir. With your guidance and with the teamwork, we have achieved this. Hope whatever you said, it will come true, because I have an young and a dynamic team with me. So thanks to all my volunteers who was behind me and who was supporting me, and especially Janaki Raman. He used to send the videos at night 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock. That's the dedication he showed towards this program. Otherwise, it's very difficult. And Srinidhi, Adarsh, everybody, they have done their job very well. And before closing session, just I would like to inform the feedback form is posted on the chat box. Do fill the form and give your valuable feedback. So with this, we reached towards the end of the inauguration. I request every one of you to subscribe our channel, like our videos, and charge yourself green. Thank you and have a great week ahead. Thank you.